mode selection not available.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Hey, what's up? Ken from Palm Beach Dyno here. Welcome back to all you guys that watch our C8 Z06 video. We really appreciate all you guys that subscribed. We're really shocked at how great that video did. If you want to see more like that, we can compare different vehicles, the dynographs to Mustangs or the C06, the dynograph I made up, real dynographs, all sorts of things like that. Let us know in the comments what you want to see. We've got a new series that I've been thinking about for a while, and this video tells me we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to call it the GT500 Supercar Swap. We've got all sorts of friends down here in South Florida. Brooks is close with Drag Times and lots of other guys that have awesome supercars, and they're not really Mustang guys. We really love our GT500s here. So what we're gonna do is each episode, I'm gonna take my GT500, our gray one, that's mostly stock, trade with a supercar guy, and you know, we're both gonna give our opinions. Our first car is gonna be a McLaren 720S, so keep an eye out for that. Also, Rob, the Tune Maker Shoemaker, is probably on his way back right now with his new car, and it's not even a USA domestic car. So what is it? It kind of goes along with what we're talking about here. We've got a lot of new things coming to Palm Beach Dyno and the channel, so make sure you subscribe. Anyway, let's talk about Deadspool. As you guys may have seen, we went 766 in this thing, although we had lots of things that weren't exactly right, and the biggest thing was the anti-roll bar. So we took it to our friends at AC Carcraft, and they installed a TRZ anti-roll bar, but the install is very, very sweet. I love the way it's set up, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. For those that don't know this car very well, it's a factory 6-speed transmission. It's one of the quickest ones in the country. We're trying to be the quickest. It's twin turbo, twin 72 millimeter, Coyote, of course. It still runs the factory 8.8 rear end. I do that mostly because of gearing. I still run first gear with the 6R80. So I run a 273 rear gear, which is not available in a 9-inch, although I think I can make a 3.0 work. I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit, especially after all the new work we did. This is a good opportunity to check out the rear end on this thing. A lot of people have questions about the deep dish wheels on it, and AC Carcraft did the work on that as well. But right here you can see, look at this side over here, is the TRZ anti-roll bar, and it's installed right in with all the bracing that AC Carcraft has had to do over the years on this setup to make the 8.8 work. Super heavy duty end links. This setup is gonna be super stiff. I cannot wait to try this out. Super badass setup. I mean, the TRZ anti-roll bar has the nice bearings in it. I mean, everything about it is super awesome. And then having it all, you know, the way they installed it and brace it right in with all my other bracing, super badass. I cannot wait to get this thing set up. It's on the lift right now to get set up for Mod Nats. Other car that we're bringing to Mod Nats, one of the other cars, is our 2020 GT500, which is right behind me. We recently took it testing. Most people wouldn't show you this, but we show you just about everything here. And it went really, really bad. So let's watch that real quick, and then I'm gonna share some insight on what went wrong. I found out something really big, and it kind of coincides with one of my friends in Germany who did a bunch of testing on a GT500 that just recently got back to me. It all adds up to one problem you gotta be worried about on the GT500. So let's go ahead and watch the video, and we'll go over that right when we come back. And also, I'm gonna show you some 3D printing that we're doing for Deadspool for Mod Nats. It says exhaust mode selection not available.
I wonder why.
I don't know. right, we're at the TRC event, man. It is packed. It took forever to get in, although luckily, as soon as I came off the trailer, I got in the lane. Thought I was a little rushed at that point, so I think I'm ready to go. See what happens. All right, so what happened there? Well, as you may be able to hear from the audio, the car was very loud because we decided to try and shed some weight out of the car for mod nats. And one of those things that we deleted off the car was the factory cat back, which was very heavy, but it also was extremely loud at wide open throttle. The vibration was unbelievable. And believe it or not, the computer did not like that. In fact, one time down the track, it changed driving modes. I mean, I only ran it twice, and the second time it changed driving modes. You know, so obviously the tack changed. So I decided to call it a day, and that coincides with some testing my buddy Michael Jackworth did in Germany on some vibration issues with the GT500. Not really issues, it's just that the computer is so sensitive that it's picking up vibrations like that. So we're gonna work on that, maybe isolate the computer or see what we can do to help that out. Anyway, I wanna show you guys real quick, I've been working on some 3D projects. One of them, more functional ones right now, is some velocity stacks for Deadspool. I had carbon ones, and one of them got messed up, and they don't make those anymore. And I decided this was a good opportunity to make my own. And I looked into, you know, what the profile here on the velocity stack should be. I do plan on doing my own testing, but I went off published data of other people and the shape of this and exactly what's optimal. The nice thing about this, and eventually I'll be printing these in carbon fiber, but this is in PETG, which should be okay for the racetrack, maybe not good for the street. The nice thing is, it's pretty much a perfect fit. I will put a clamp on there, but as you can see, that goes perfectly in there. Before anybody asks, yes, I do probably plan on selling these. We'll offer them in multiple sizes and configurations, but I probably won't do that until I get my new printing setup where I can do the printed carbon. Also over here, I'm working on the dashboard for Deadspool. The goal with this is obviously you can tell it has a carbon fiber dashboard, but long term, this is gonna be all covered and hopefully you're not even gonna be able to hardly tell it has a carbon fiber dash in it. That trim panel is gonna go around my new 10-inch dash that I'm putting in after mod nats. So we'll show you some more about that. We've got all kinds of new products in the works. We're also working on a new printed carbon fiber project with somebody else that's gonna be really big news in the coyote world if this works out. But let's see what happens. All right, another thing that we've been working on for mod nats is our new awning. That's really not big news for most people, but the one we went with is so awesome and trick. I really wanted to share it with everybody because it took me a while to decide on mine, and I think if people see this awning, it's gonna make their decision a lot easier. Actually, first, let's show you Brad's car. This is a Whipple build, our level 2 turnkey package. It has a fuel system, exhaust, you know, all the bells and whistles for a badass street setup. Let's show you the dyno pulls, and we'll go over a little bit more about this car right after that. All right, that thing sounds awesome on the dyno. This is a 3-liter Whipple Supercharger, 4 fuel system. It has oil pump gears. This has a 10-speed transmission. It's gonna be an insane street beast. This car was assembled by Rare Fab. You can get this package turnkey from us. Make sure you give us a call. Anyway, let's go look at that awning. All right, here's my baby. I love this thing. This kind of stuff's super important to me. I like to feel comfortable at the track, and we're gonna be doing a lot more racing here coming up. As some of you guys have seen, we bought the stacker, but you know, we're using easy ups, and that's because this has been on order for a little bit, and we finally got it. Now, let me tell you, first off, show you a little quick video of it all together. This has sides and everything, but the cool thing about this setup is the sides are not needed. The only reason I got the sides is, well, if it's raining, we can throw them up, or if we're using it for an event, for marketing, we can use the sides, but for racing, you're not gonna use those. But here's what's so cool about it. Like I said, the sides just zip on. I'm just gonna take this off real quick. Also over here, this is super badass. It has like a slide-in channel. You obviously take this off when you leave the track, but this, you know, zips, and that zips right to the trailer. I mean, it's extremely strong, which I've seen those flopping around on a lot of other people's canopies. So anyway, let me show you this real quick. So the nice thing about this is, there you go. It doesn't need those. The whole entire, in fact, they sell it without these, so you can not have these down the whole way. But the really cool thing about this whole setup, and it says it right there, patent pending, and it's, you know, sometimes that doesn't mean a whole lot, but this is the key to the whole system. The nice thing about it, hopefully you can get a shot of it, Francis, maybe from in here. So every connection, which this isn't as important, actually turn around and show them these. See, so we'll show you some video of putting this up and taking it down, but this is a very difficult job on most canopies, but on this one it's not, because every connection uses these. So just imagine up on the side of the trailer like this, all you do is you put it on, quarter turn, it's done. So you just put them all up, and then put the support beams over, and roll down the top, and you're good to go. So, I mean, this thing is just amazing to me. The best way to show you how awesome this thing is to show you a video of us taking it down and how fast it goes. So we're gonna leave you with a video of that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, the install's 100% done on the canopy. This is the first time we're taking it down, so I wanna see how long it takes, how easy it is, and I wanna show you guys, so here we go. One thing I mentioned earlier was none of these poles are needed to actually use this. So first we're going to take the poles off. Alright, so this is how I'll probably use it most of the time when I'm using it in our pits at the racetrack. Like I said, the other parts is if it's raining or for an event or something like that where we want sides. So it's good to have both options. So next up are, these pop out fairly simply, but we'll find out in a minute. Yeah, we gotta do the, do the zippers on the sides first, and then we're just gonna do like the two.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, like we take the outside one and the middle one's out.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. that's official. Other than folding the laundry, which I never do. Brandy does that. We're done. Anyway, pretty good. I'm sure that was our first time, so I'm sure it could go a lot better. But super awesome setup. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.